Hey guys, David here. So we're just down in Martin today in Wanganui. It is absolutely freezing, but I'm still in shorts. So I bought this section about 9 months ago. Uppy the builder, I met him. So he's just putting up a 176 square metre house, 3 bedrooms. Just gonna have a little chat with him, talk about his business, sort of the kind of work he does, how he got into building. His communication's been impressive since day one, so I absolutely rate that stuff. Yeah, enjoy the podcast. Let me know if you've had a dealing with him, and enjoy. Oh man, sweet Uppy, thanks for joining us today, bro. Legend. Uppy's building my house down here in Martin, so Wanganui boy, born and bred.
Yeah, well, I was actually born in Porirua. Moved to Wanganui when I was 2.
Yeah, nice.
I can call myself bred
Wanganui. Bred Wanganui, born in Porirua. Yeah, nice. So we're just finishing up a 3-bedroom pad here. So yeah, I let people know how did I contact you? When did we get in touch? And what's that process been like?
Yeah, well, I think you just emailed me on a Sunday.
Yeah.
I think I gave you a text straight away, and you rang me on the Monday. And then, kind of just spiraled from there.
Teed the process up pretty quickly, eh? Something to be said about quick reply times there. It's good for business, man. So just give people a bit of a brief. Obviously, you're from Porirua, moved to Wanganui. When did you move to Wanganui? What did you do when you left school? When did you fall in love with building, or when did you start building? What was your process like there? Yeah,
so I moved to Wanganui when I was 2, so 95. Primary all the way through to college. Yeah. Bit of a dropout, left school when I was 16. Straight into a bit of labour work and
nice.
Yeah, just Wanganui's not a big place, so factory work is kind of huge, eh?
So you were working in the factory?
Yeah, just on a pallet day, doing that type of stuff.
Yeah, gee, good muscle work, eh?
Yeah, skinny little scrawny guy at the time, eh? So
nice.
But hey, got to start somewhere, eh?
Yeah, 100%. So when you did that, when did you start getting into building? What age?
I didn't get into building until later. 2018, 19, I think.
Yeah,
is when I started building.
Yes. Sweet.
But kind of what got the passion for it was we bought our first home when I was 22. Yeah. Renovated it ourselves. Just
nice.
Father-in-law's kind of into property investment and stuff like that, so I was pretty keen to that role model to follow. Really.
Yeah, for sure. So when you were doing that, what kind of scale renovation was that? Did you buy and flip it? Did you hold it? Did you just live in it?
Yeah. So we brought it. We had it for about a year, and just did the kitchen up and did it all ourselves mostly. I had no idea what I was doing at the time.
Yeah.
But I've always been a tutu, so kind of like just picked up the tools and got it. It's kind of how I fell in love with the tools. But at the time, I wasn't even in the industry of building. I started off in sales at Telecom at the time. Yeah, worked in that for 5 years. Yeah, that's how I kind of built my sales and people skills. From there, went into finance. Yeah, so personal lending.
How much training did you have to do to get into finance, personal lending? Did you have to do much, or just work your way up?
It's a bit of a dodgy bloody finance company. I won't name names, but bit of a loan shark. Yeah. But there's obviously a lot of legislation you have to follow. Yeah. A lot of training and stuff you do, but it's pretty easy.
Yeah, sweet.
But that's where I kind of a light bulb around businesses and stuff like that, and how money works and equity, etc.
Yeah, man, it's interesting. I feel I talk to this about people all the time, but the sales and the finance side of building a building business is something that you do not get taught from day one, and
100%.
It's such a shame, because there's so many obviously great builders out there, and then when they step into the world of doing their own thing, they struggle to make money, or you just don't get taught all of those skills that you need.
100%. I wish I learned that stuff in school. I probably would have changed direction of my life type of thing earlier. But hey, in a better position now. Absolutely. A lot more to learn still. Yeah, for sure. So did you enjoy that kind of corporate background, sales and that? Obviously you were probably love rejection back then. I mean, I love working with people. And I still do. That's why I do what I do now. Yeah, cool. There's always things to learn in that area, but
Yeah, no, that's cool, man. I suppose, it's interesting with the sales thing. Like, you would have been big on obviously generating heaps of leads and then looking at your numbers of close rate and how do you, did you sort of evaluate that on a month by month basis? Like, hey, I made $100 last month, closed 20, or how do I get to 30? Is that a metric you looked at?
Yeah, we had targets every month. Yeah, how much we need to lend, how much we need to sell. Yeah, because it wasn't just lending, it was also products as well.
Yeah, sweet.
At a high interest rate, but
yeah, cool. So let's picture if there's 5 builders out there around the country that are pricing, quoting, doing their own work, and say they're generating and quoting 10 leads a month, but they're only 2. What piece of advice or what would you tell them? Like, hey, this is how you can go from 2 to 4 or 4 to 6. Like, how can you sort of win more work as a builder?
I think it's 100% the communication and giving them a lead time on how long it's going to take you to get your quote out. Yeah. You can convert that from 20% to at least 70%.
Wow.
I think. Yeah. And if you don't, go back to them and say why you didn't win that job. Yeah. Otherwise you're never going to learn how you can convert that next time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So you're saying even if you don't get a job, go back and try and get some feedback on
100%.
Yeah, why? Yeah, interesting. Do you think that's played a pretty big role with how you're running your business now?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's always that, give them 24 hours and get that quote out as soon as possible. Yeah. Depending on the size of the project.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. That's cool. And how did Snaps Construction come about? Like, what was kind of how did that become a business?
Yeah, so we've been in operation for 2.5 years at the moment. Yeah. Started off sole trading myself. I was just chipping away with another builder, subbing in for the first year. And then we're kind of growing a bit faster than I anticipated.
That's good though.
But it means we've got the workload there. And,
yeah, cool. So where did you kind of get your base building on the tool knowledge, would you say?
So I started off with a home builder. Yeah. Mainly just new builds, house and land packages. Yeah. And a bit of KO work as well. Yeah, cool. The north. So
it was all new build work essentially?
All new build.
And it was just a 2-man gang, you and one other guy?
Sorry. This is This is previous. Yeah. This is previous work, but this is when I first started building. I started off with new builds and stuff like that. But if you're talking about my own company, it was labour only. Yeah. New builds, bit of renovation, property maintenance.
Yeah, nice.
Not scared of any work really.
Yeah, that's good. But how did you get those first lot of leads before you stepped into the world of like marketing and social media? How were you getting your first sort of job?
Just word of mouth at first day.
Do a good job, talk to people. Yeah. Referrals that way.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Obviously now you're stepping into doing a bit more sort of marketing, sponsorship and stuff. What's the deal that you do with the Tawhito Golf Club? How did that come about?
Yeah, it's more communal based thing. I don't really do it for the marketing as such, but I just like giving back to good old Wanganui.
Yeah, nice, man.
Tawhito was my golf course growing up.
Yes,
yeah. So how else can you give back to your community?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Do you still get out for a round of 9 every now and again?
Oh, not these days.
No.
Yeah, a bit rusty now.
Too busy on the tools?
Busy on the tools or behind the laptop.
Yeah. Nice, bro. That's the one. So do you do, obviously with marketing is important for work. What do you see the difference between doing the stuff at the golf club? Like you must get the odd job coming through there, but you've obviously upped your presence on social media as well. Yeah.
So you get a bit of leads from the golf course there, but most of it comes from going to places like the home show or my Facebook audience as well.
How many times have you done the home show, and do you think that's important to get awareness, and would you recommend it to other people?
Yeah, this is my first one as a company. Okay. But I've done it with the previous companies before. Yeah. And you get some leads, you get some good amount of leads. We've got about 40 this year. Nice. But it's not all about that. It's all about exposure if you're a small company. Yeah. I think. Yeah, nice. Yeah.
So what was your process like, Chip, getting through those 40 leads? Did you hit those, was it this weekend or last weekend?
It was last weekend.
So did you sort of Monday attack the phone and just go through? Or?
Yeah, I went through that Sunday. So Saturday, Sunday was
so you did it the day off, Sunday?
Yeah, just as soon as I got home, I started getting straight onto it.
Yeah, nice. What was the process? What did that entail? Like, were you just sending them an email with a pack? Were you calling them? Or
I flicked them all an email and just thank them for coming to see me.
Because obviously, I'm a huge believer on like Uber response times, that's what I like to call it. So Sunday, home show finish, and then you're what, straight on there?
Yeah, so Saturday, I emailed the first lot of clients that I had. Same with Sunday, got through those ones. But on the home show day, I booked them all in to go and view either their house for renovation or their site. Yeah. So I did that all on that whole week, that first week.
Yeah, nice. How many like direct site visits did you get out of that?
I got 20 out of the 40.
Shit, so 50% close rate.
Yeah.
That's good. And then you turn that round into go there, get some information, talk about what they want, try to get a price back within
24 hours.
24 hours?
Yeah.
And how many have you priced since that 20?
I've priced them all.
All of them, yeah?
Yeah, I've priced them all now.
Any positive ones out of that?
I think I'll probably get a good 10 out of the...
Shit, that's a mad...
Yeah.
And what would you say is your kind of average job value off those 20 that you've quoted, roughly?
The renovations are about 60k.
Yeah, nice.
From medium to large.
Nice. Yeah. So I'm a big numbers ROI guy. So if you said conservatively you would win 7 of those, so you could say you could win 7 jobs at roughly 60k. Yeah. 350 odd grand at a 15% profit margin. Yeah. So then you look at what you paid for the home show, and then obviously your time to pricing that. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
Pretty good odds, eh?
Yeah.
You'd wish you could do that every weekend.
Yeah, I'd suggest anyone to go and do a home show, especially if you're small or big. It's more about exposure.
Absolutely.
Especially if you're new.
Yeah.
People don't know who you are. And
that's mean. Yeah. And I also think nowadays, obviously, there's so many companies online promoting, like, obviously, the amount of companies we see that don't have like a face or a name or a voice to a company. But I think when you can do a physical handshake, meet someone, they know exactly who they're fucking talking to. I think the power of that sales is so important.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially in this day and age. Yeah. What was when you were at school, what age did you leave school?
16.
Yeah,
16,
nice.
Yeah.
Were you a bit of like were you a bit of an academic, was sporty? What was like your strong points?
I was just...
extrovert.
I wasn't bad in academically, but I was keen to make money, so
cool.
That kind of drove me to leave school, really.
Yeah, nice. But you're obviously very like your strong point is definitely the sales and negotiating and the organising side. Yeah. And then is that how you kind of always envision Snaps going? Like just hire really good guys that know exactly what they're doing?
Yeah, 100%. It's all about the team, eh?
Yeah.
Your company's nothing without a good crew.
Yeah, mate.
I felt like in the last year we've built a good crew.
Mate.
Just a good team environment is key.
Yeah, nice. Are there a few things that you try and do to build somewhat of like a company culture, or how do you find good dudes, if you want to kind of talk about that?
Yeah, so all my workers, they're all ex-workmates. Yeah. Just been lucky that they kind of put their hand up and said, hey, I'm pretty keen to leave, and if you're willing to take me on. Yeah. And I'm just really lucky to kind of pick up the right guys. Yeah. But my main thing is family and in your own time too, Yeah. But when it comes to work's work. But
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And how big's your family now? What does your family consist of?
I've got 3 girls and married to my wife. So.
Yeah, congrats, man. Yeah. Good stuff. How old are your girls now?
10, 7 and 7 months.
And where do the 2 oldest go to school?
St. Anne's West.
Yeah, nice, man. Yeah. That's cool.
Nice little Catholic school. And really good school.
Wonga's is good, with that, man. There's some cool little schools around.
Yeah.
What do you sort of see in the market with Wanganui at the moment, like say 2 years ago, sort of versus now, and obviously with you growing?
I think it's definitely pulled the handbrake a little bit.
Yeah.
For probably the home builders out there. But there's plenty of work out there, man. There's a lot of work out there. Yeah. I think people don't really go for the renovations and stuff like that, which we're not scared of.
What is there like a lack of any certain sub-trade down here, and do you kind of like chop and change between subbies, or are you pretty sort of loyal giving one subby a heap of work? Yeah,
there's definitely a lot of one-man bands and stuff like that, but yeah, I'm pretty well established with good sub-trades.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, good. I have a good relationship with them all to make the process easy for my clients.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Do you see the pricing fluctuate between subbies on projects often?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, I do.
What's the most outrageous one you've seen recently, if you have one off the top of your head?
Probably electrical, really, and plastering.
Yeah? Yeah. Just like massive jumps, unjustified?
I think they just go off their last quote, really. They don't really put too much effort in it.
Yeah. That's
I have a good relationship with the subbies, so
nice.
Just speak up a little bit, eh?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're a crew.
Yeah,
we're a team.
I feel like it's definitely between subbies and builder. Subbies really are a part of your business, because if they do a shit job, man, like your name's all over it. So
100%.
Yeah, you got to be careful that way.
Definitely.
Do you have a bit of like, how do you sort of go around your hiring process for builders? Like, how do you kind of look for talent, or what's the most important thing you look for?
Yeah, obviously the biggest thing is your workmanship, but also how are you gonna what are you going to provide for the culture of Snaps Construction?
Yeah, nice.
I like to see us as a family than anything.
Yeah.
So as long as you can, I think you can value that, then you can be a part of our crew. Yeah, that's the main thing.
Yeah, nice.
Apart from the workmanship.
Yeah, cool, man. When you were sort of going for your first lot of jobs, were they fixed price, charge up? What kind of jobs were they?
Yeah, they were renovations. Just small things like replacing some shower line or small things like that. So it was just quoted and.
Yeah. Have you ever lost money on a quoted job?
Oh, I think everyone has.
Yeah. Do you know your worst loss of money on a project?
17,000.
17,000.
Yeah.
What kind of job?
It was a re-roof.
Yeah. How did that happen?
I got my roof at a price it.
Yeah.
He ran off with the money. So.
He ran off with the money.
Yeah.
Did you ever see him around Wanganui again?
Oh, he's doing stuff for me now to
make up the 17.
Make up for it.
No way. Did he apologise or?
Oh yeah, he's got apologising to do with his parents, because his parents are paying that money back to a lot of subbies. And,
no way, so he ripped off more than one person?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Shit, that's a bad story, man. That's
I think that's any tradies nightmare. Chasing money from potential clients or subbies and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's tough, man. Do you have sort of any like processes within your business, like how you trying to mitigate, like from bad clients or not getting paid?
I think after that I changed my trade terms and stuff like that.
Cool.
For any quotes, making sure that's pretty stout.
Yeah, sweet. So what was like one change you made? Like just imagine there'll be guys out there that are doing little labour only jobs, and they'll be hoping they get paid on the 20th. What's like one thing you could do to try and get paid on time?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, just either get some advice about terms of the trade. Having that stout, and then if it's labour only.
Yeah, nice.
Making sure you're allowing for all your travel costs and all those things,
Yeah, man. Have you physically priced a job where you've underpriced and lost money? Like you priced a job for 20 grand and you saw the cost coming in at 25?
Oh, I think it's mainly the labour, right? Sometimes I'm still pretty green to pricing
for sure,
renovations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just like a few days here and there in labour where I haven't allowed for or under allowed. But, I think I've kind of sorted that out with bringing my boys along to some of the quotes.
Interesting.
Because the way I do things is different to how they'll do it as well.
Yeah.
So I might think I can do that in a week, but they might say a week and a half or a week and 2 days, So
that's important, man, because I feel like there are so many ways to do stuff. And I even look at how we price stuff now, and all we can do is go, well, how do we price it? Like from our way of like methodology, but there's so many different ways to do it.
Yeah.
That can be tough.
And I definitely don't change how they do things,
Yeah.
Like that's more efficient for them.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm not going to change how they build a deck or whatever,
Yeah. So what was your this is just a little bit of a flex and a plug here, but what was your reason for using us on a job that we did for you? And did you get much value out of that?
Yeah, I think that was it really.
Yeah.
Is I've coming short on some smaller jobs.
Yeah.
This is quite a big job, big new build.
Yeah.
So I reached out to you and
cool.
Just needed a bit of advice around
sweet.
Big footings on this house. I'd never done a block wall foundation before.
Yeah, nice.
Myself, my workers have, but
yeah, cool, man. No, that's all good. Who's your main trade rep down here, and do you shop between trade reps at all?
So I've got accounts I think most builders have accounts everywhere.
Yeah, cool.
But of late I've been using Mitre 10.
Yeah, nice, man. Yeah, they're shouting out free All Black tickets at the moment, so yeah.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
Get on board with them, man. They're good. What do you guys do for the Snaps Christmas party at the end of every year?
I think this year we'll probably try and head out for a Hunters on a go.
Yeah, nice.
I get into a bit of that. So
yeah, cool. Where do you go?
So at the moment I just use some private land.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty keen to get choppered in or something like that, or
nice.
something cool.
Or just go do some poaching up the Paraparas, maybe? No, I'm joking. No, that's cool, man. What do you see, what's been the biggest learning curve for you in regards to like the financial aspect of running a building business?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably the main thing is if anyone goes out on their own, think about, your running costs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
People don't pay on time all the time,
Yeah.
So you got to make sure that you're ahead of yourself all the time.
Yeah. The thing I see is people get few clients get real fiddly and funky around, they say, 20% profit margin or 25% margins, and I'm thinking, that's not direct in the back of your pocket. Like think if you get paid 2 weeks late, but you're still running 2 weeks of business costs to run your business, your time, your vehicle, your phone. Yeah. Like that's literally just getting eaten up by all those all those profit margins. So
cash flow is the biggest thing for any business. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, absolutely. What's your sort of forward workload like personally for you over the next 18 months?
Yeah, so this year we're all booked out. Next year we've got a whole bunch of new builds lined up. Yeah, ready to go.
How did you get onto those? And are they full contract?
Yeah. So my wife has a family-like subdivision. I've been project managing it for the last 2 years. Yeah, just through resource design, civils, council, all that? Yeah, for the full shebang. Cool. So like from surveyor through to council. Yeah. So we've just got consent and stuff 2 months ago. So we'll get shovel and dirt soon to get the roads in. So you're in charge of all the civils, all the roading, the whole everything? Yeah. Nice. Yeah. And when do you plan to start building actual houses? The actual houses are looking like around March next year. Yeah. Love to do it earlier, but nice. Our workload's pretty... Yeah, leading into winter, man, that's going to be niggly. Yeah. Are you in charge of sort of handing these over straight to sale? Like who's selling them? What's the process? Yeah, so we've got 12 houses locked in for that subdivision. It's a total of 45. Yeah. So that's my kind of key in the door to try and push more new builds. Yeah, cool. And so those ones, obviously, are they pre-sold? The rest of the homes? Yeah. They are vacant. Okay, cool. Yeah. And then you're going to start marketing and doing your own house and land packages on the side? Yep. Yeah, cool, man. Yeah. And is that just to get more... Hold on, I'm just trying to think of this. So those ones through the family, are you selling them on your behalf, or is an agent selling them, or how does it work? Yeah, so those 12 are already... but just tenanted. Okay. Yeah. Rented out. I see. Sweet. Yeah. And then you're going to use that to market house and land packages, and then you'll sell those directly off. Yeah. Yeah. Cool, man. And then you're still going to pick up renovation work, maintenance work, do that on the side. Yeah. Yes. That'll be a kind of like infill work. Yeah. Yeah. Nice, man. So you're looking to hire more people next year? I'd love to. Yeah. Reasons why? No. I'd definitely keen to take on maybe 2 more. Yeah. One more, maybe foreman or apprentice, and then maybe a project manager that can kind of take my reins off, and I can just worry about running the business. Yes, sweet. What's the kind of the end play for Snaps Construction, do you think? What's the dream outlook for you? I mean, the main thing is making sure these guys are ready, because they want to go out on their own eventually. Yeah. Nice. And I'm not here to make sure they don't go out on their own, but kind of look after them as well. Give them a good path. Give them a good, Nice. Yeah. Do you see there's enough younger builders coming through the industry at the moment? Yep, there's a lot of young builders out there. In Wanganui? Yep. Yeah. There's plenty out there. Yeah, cool. Do you know what does Wanganui offer for young tradies here? Do they have any schemes? They've got what have they got out in Okirai? They've got land-based training, and what else? Land-based training. What's the other one they've got? They've got something at at City High School. They're building units there. Yeah. Yes. So there's one in Martin and there's one in Wanganui. They build houses directly at school. Yeah. I think that's good. Yeah, nice. Definitely something good for the tradies in the future. Mm. Have you been approached to get people coming and working 1 day a week for free, etc.? No. Yeah. Do you take them on? Do you entertain it? I haven't just yet, because I've just starting to grow at the moment. So I'm just trying to get my bearings around logistics of having an extra man on board. Yeah, absolutely. But definitely something I'm pretty keen to in the future
get into. So you would definitely look at taking on apprentices and growing that way as well, yeah?
Yeah,
cool, man. Yeah, that's good. What piece of advice would you give out to any sort of younger guys wanting to go on their own and get full contract or go from their first only little labour only to a full contract job?
Oh man, I'd say just have a good business plan.
Yeah, man.
Have a bit of cash behind you before you go out on your own.
Yeah.
Make sure you got all the tools and equipment that you need for your day-to-day tasks.
Nice.
And then have a good accountant that can help you guide your way.
Yeah, 100%.